Let's get ready to rumble!
Booker, this is for the win.
The champ is here!
Cam Johnson cutting. And a chance.
The champ is here!
Lead pass of a hand to the board.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
22.5. Book on the crossover. Gets inside and hammers it down.
Clock ticking. Kaminsky. Crowder to tie. Oh, no! Ball against Randall. Crossover. Pull back. Spin. Throws it up in the basket. Oh, it goes in. Chris Paul with a circus shot.
Suns. Booker for the win. Yeah!
Woo! Welcome back to the Valley Podcast. Salty, it is so good to have you. And Salty, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got a surprise. Nick Sundo is in the house.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's
Nicky
go.
Boy in the house. And
Boys.
man, how are you guys doing? Before we get into it, we got so much to get into. I literally just got off the road. I just drove in from San Antonio. I thought I was going to be able to stay there all weekend for my brother's birthday weekend, but you know, I can't believe the Clippers closed out that series with no Kawhi.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And here we are playing tomorrow. I got to somehow go to sleep after this black coffee and get up and get ready to do the whole podcast during the game tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. But what do you got? Just before we get into it, what have you guys been up to this weekend, man? I haven't had a chance to talk to you at all.
Go, Nick. Go ahead.
I mean, this weekend, bro, you know, just doing stuff. We had no games, so, you know, I was just chilling, making music. I went to the river, you know what I'm saying? Did some adult stuff.
How adult?
Just drinks. like that's about it. You know, at the river, you know, doing some brewskis back, hang out. You know, it was all good. It was all good. It was a great way to spend the weekend. We're back. Father's Day's tomorrow. Game 1's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say about Game 1, it's gonna be an interesting game. I'll just put it that way. That's all I'll say. It's just gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be full heart, you know, heart going 100 miles an hour. Salty, what'd you do this weekend, man? Or with this week?
This week, I was gonna say we're still Saturday here. Just grinding on my YouTube, man, and just watching these games and just being perplexed, being the second coming of Charles Barkley, making fucking wrong prediction after wrong prediction, man. Call me Charles Barkley 2.0, dude. Because what was my first? Man, so every time I called the Bucks that they were gonna win, they lose. So tonight, there was a poll on Twitter and they're like, who's going to win this game? I'm like, Nets. The Nets are going to win, please, because I curse everybody I fucking say that's going to win. And of course, we'll talk about that. But yeah, I was watching the Utah game. Every NBA game I watched, man. And the Utah Jazz are who we thought they were, right? I mean,
faster than we thought we were going to see who we thought we thought we were going to get to prove it.
They're just a clown show, dude. I don't know any other words to describe that organization. They gave Gogurt $200+ million. This dude's supposed to be the defensive player of the year, and he got exposed.
You said Gogurt.
Big time. He got
Gogurt.
He got his career ended like 3 times by man. Talk about man. That dude fucking
he went off.
He saved the Clippers, man. Like if that guy didn't show up for them, they would have been done, you know. But crazy, man. I don't know. I have respect still for Donovan Mitchell, but the rest of the team, you know, Conley came back and played, just kind of was not really effective. They go a big, right? And I'm tweeting out. You saw that tweet, right, Gabe? Oh, we're gonna have the Western Conference Finals on Tuesday. Blah blah blah. 3-7 game series. We're blessed. And then second half, I kiss him with that Barkley prediction of death, man. And
Seriously, you really did.
I don't understand how they lost that game, dude. Like how? I don't understand. Like, do you guys understand?
There's been a bunch of inexplicable games. Like tonight, man.
Tonight was
Okay.
weird.
You got the Hawks. The Hawks were down like 24 with 2 minutes of the third quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and they somehow come back. Like the playoffs without the Suns have been so weird.
Yes.
It's been strange.
Yes, it really has been. Like, it's crazy. Like this is the year. I'm not gonna say of the underdog, but it's the year of like every team that you thought was gonna do well, like they just kind of fizzled, like, and didn't do as well. Like the Nets getting eliminated by Milwaukee. Like I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be Nets going all the way to the finals, and it was gonna be us and the Nets. You know what I mean? But that didn't happen. The Hawks are playing.
Thank God, right?
Yeah, the Hawks are playing out of their mind. They're taking the Sixers to 7. So, you know, hopefully Romp's going to be okay if they don't get there. But that's just crazy. Like I didn't think the Hawks would be playing this well. And then in the West, like we've kind of been the only team that's actually, I believe it or not, like we played the Lakers, we beat them in 6, then we beat the Nuggets in 4. We're the only team that's sort of rolling. Like everybody else has struggled and had these long series, which I hope plays to our advantage in this next series coming up. I really hope it does because, man, game one's going to be hella interesting.
How do you guys want to approach this? I mean, we got to break down the two. I mean, all the series we got because it all affects everything, man. I mean,
just take us away. I want you to. You're burning. You're burning with passion right now. I want to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been, Nick brought this up one of our last streams. He said he was talking about Seattle, one of their Super Bowl runs, and how it felt like it was just meant to be, and how shit starts lining up, and that's how it is with this offseason. This postseason. Like if you wrote a book and you're like, okay, what's this like perfect scenario that Phoenix wins its first championship? It's like, all right, first round, they meet up with the Lakers and shit's going sideways. Paul gets hurt. And then shit looks really bad for them because they got the matchup in the first round, and then they end up coming out on top and slaying demons. Then they sweep in the second round, and then CP3 catches COVID or whatever. And then all the other series go 7, really, almost. And then the Clippers lose Kawhi. And then Brooklyn loses Harden and Kyrie Irving. And they get bounced in the semis. Like the super team, the team that you would have to just legit be like praying that you could get past is knocked out. Because that's like essentially any other super team that was out there, like the Heat. Right. Or the Warriors with KD and shit. You just kind of knew you had no chance in hell, right? So the Nets were that big, monster in the distance that even if we had this perfect run on the West,
they were still going to be able to clap us.
They still were going to be waiting there, and they still would have beat us, and then this magical run would have been for nothing, right? But this magical season that's supposed to work itself out, it just did, man. Because I was watching that Bucks game, and I swear I was so pissed. My wife came in the other room. She was in the living room, and I was yelling. I was screaming. I was like, because I wanted the Nets to be gone because I want this pathway to the championship, right?
Right.
And it all felt lost. And then Brook Lopez's slow caveman, dumb fuck ass. They do so many dumb shit. They got 2 seconds on the clock. The dude doesn't even shoot the ball. I mean, how stupid do you got to be? I mean, you got to be real fucking dense to not know you have 2 seconds left on the clock. So shit like that was going down. The Bucks just seemed like, because it wasn't really like KD went off and he went Michael Jordan, which was incredible. But to be honest, the Bucks killed themselves. Like they legitimately were trying to do everything in their power to lose this series, right? I mean, they choked that one game. Giannis, whatever you want to call him, just not clutch, not even getting the ball in the beginning of the overtime. They were just driving me fucking insane. And then finally, KD airballs that fucking ball. And I was screaming. I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. I was like, see you later, bitches. Because we don't have to face them, dude.
Bro. Dream come true.
You know, like, see you later, KD, and your fucking patchy hair and your patchy beard, and because he's fucking good, man. And I was just seeing this scenario where Brooklyn comes out and they just they get past the Bucks, then they slap the Sixers or whoever comes out in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then Kyrie comes back and just they get that super team for the finals, you know, and they're not going to be there.
I mean, let's talk about the flip side, though, because you're talking about how this is lining up. Kawhi's going to be out. Well, they said he won't be out. He won't be back for game one. They're speculating it's an ACL or whatever.
Yo, he ain't going to be back for the series, dude.
And so they speculate he's not going to be for game one. They speculate he might come back sometime in the series. But flip side, Chris CP3 gets put out for a game. You know, that's something that has me irked, bro. I am so
it's
so
sucks,
irked
yeah,
on
man.
this, dude.
I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk about
heated.
this. How did we get a chance to talk about it?
No, we did
Or
not.
No, okay.
No, that happened two or 3 days after they won. We haven't done a show since then. But it has me irked, man. I like you said, and like we said, this feels like everything's lining up, and then boom, that happens. He's been vaccinated, if I'm not correct, right?
He was. They had an event. I forgot where it was, but the whole Suns team went, and they were kind of promoting it and shit, right?
Yeah, and so like my thing is okay, like he's been vaccinated. Does he really need to be out that long? Like I just feel like I hate to be that guy, but this just feels like a double standard, and it feels like somewhat we're getting kind of punished for what happened with the Lakers, like because you mentioned before we played the Lakers, LeBron was out partying with Drake, like. He broke COVID protocol if that's the case, but he was vaccinated, so they said it was okay. Flip side, CP3, he goes out and whatever. Iverson Flux says, I'm telling you, he tested positive because the people at the airport, y'all agree with me. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
If it was positive, they would say.
Well, here's the deal. I think he either got it from going in the stands that night from celebrating, or the dirty ass people at the airport, which sucks because that's like typical luck, right? Because everybody's all happy go lucky, want to meet the team at the airport and celebrate, and that's awesome, man. I mean, how many fans do that just for the semis, right? A sweep. So it just shows the passion of the fan base, but it's also bad luck Brian status. You remember that guy, the meme? Because it's like bad luck Brian sweeps semis, celebrates with fans, catches COVID with a vaccine. Bad luck Brian, aka Paul, Chris Paul from the. It's just you can't get any more bad luck than CP3, honestly. Like, seriously. What did this guy do to piss the basketball gods off?
I have no clue, but that's the only thing that irks me right now. We're going into a series where, let's be honest, both teams are beat up. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out with no CP3. They don't have Kawhi. We're going to have Book. We're going to have Payne. I feel like Payne will do a good job replacing him right now at the one. But we talked about this. How much campaign do you want to see, though?
I mean, I personally, I talked about this on my Twitter. I said that Etuan Moore is that X factor. We've been asking for him for the longest time, and he's that veteran that isn't going to make the mistakes, you know? So I feel like if I was the coach, I'd have Etwan start, and then I'd have Campaign come in like normal. That's what I would do.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I like that idea. Even though I haven't seen much each one more, but if you got the confidence, I like the idea.
No, he's not wrong for that confidence, bro. Let me tell you, Etwan Moore stays ready, Nick. He was absolutely not playing at all. Then we come up to San Antonio, and I was there in person. This dude went 9 for 10 and hit 2 big threes at the end of the game, including we were down by 1.
Game winner.
And he hits a game winner from 3. And we didn't even need a 3. It was just cold-blooded. He's that type of shooter, but also like Salt is saying, he comes in and it's like he's not going to make mistakes. He's not only not going to make mistakes, but he's going to make sure that everything works right, you know?
Well, I think we'll see him a lot at game 1 then, and I hope that's what happens.
Because you have the options. Because honestly, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion, right? Because I'm called Salty for a reason, right? Because you guys were comparing me to Iverson blog and vlogs and shit like that. Because normally I'm just going to cut it real straightforward. I'm not going to BS, right? I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I'm as confident right now, even with the CP3 situation, as I was before the Nuggets series.
Okay.
You know? So I just feel like Utah was just severely overrated, dude. Like
severely is a great word.
Severely overrated. The fact that they got the number 1 seed was just comical because everybody and their mom on Twitter and everywhere else were like, the Utah Jazz are just like those Hawks.
Yes.
Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you like, who in their right mind would lose a game to the Clippers that lose Kawhi, dude? They're on the ropes and you just fucking lose the game. It was mental, like lack of mental fortitude. Gogurt, supposed to be this defensive stalwart, was killing them. Clippers went small ball. Their coach didn't adjust. They were leaving wide open shooters. Like, man, he was so wide. Almost all of his threes just wide open. So Utah was just severely overrated, and I don't think the Clippers will be able to do that to the Suns because we're deep. And we play defense. We don't, we're not going to shrivel up at the moment.
I think the defense is really going to come key here. I think the defense, but I am worried a little bit about the inexperience. There are some veterans on that Clippers team that have been around.
Did Zubac even play in any of the final games? I don't even think. I mean, very limited.
Listen,
I have to look at the box
here's
score.
the thing. You can't take any of the lineups seriously that you saw, because say what you will about Ty Lue, he's very good at figuring out a lineup that works. Like he goes down 2 games and he's like, oh, okay, so I just have to do this. Puts in a new lineup, rattles off 4 straight. They go down 2-0. They lose their 2 home games against the Mavs. No problem. It took me 2 games to figure it out. But I'll give you this lineup. Since you want to give me Porzingis and Boban, I'll come out here with this now. And we'll go ahead and take the rest of the series. Thank you very much. I'm worried about that. Because we're not out of the woods, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're not out of the woods. Like, I'm confident that we should beat this team, but not having Chris Paul could be a big deal. It could be a big deal. Excuse me.
Gave that COVID.
Right? Chris Paul gave it to me. I'm not saying it's going to be a problem. It just could be a problem. Ty Lue could be a problem because I don't think that their small ball is going to devastate us the way that it did Utah. It devastated Utah because Gobert can't really guard anyone on the perimeter. He can only guard the paint. DA can guard in the paint, and he can guard in the perimeter. And DA will abuse offensively if you put small people on it.
Batum.
He doesn't have a problem with small
people.
He's going
to body Batum, bro. if Batum is on him. Like it's gonna be great. My thing is I feel like this is going to be, especially the first game, it's going to be who is the better coach, who's going to have the better game plan, and who's going to be more composed.
Well, there's one more factor that's very important. Salt and Sundo.
What's up?
Salty knows this. We watched every game, and we watch every game as we do every year. But we really watched every second of every game this year. PG-13 goes Jesus Christ mode when he plays the Suns.
Sure.
I don't know why. Devin Booker goes nearly Jesus Christ mode when he plays versus the 76ers. He just has their number. Him and Michael Jordan have like nearly their number 1 and number 2 is like the highest scorers against the Sixers. They both just torch the Sixers. That's exactly what PG.
Who guarded PG during the season?
It don't matter. Nothing works.
Nothing
works. It doesn't matter.
It was,
I want to know who did for most
Bridges, I believe. You would think.
All right, well,
I don't remember,
you know what?
though.
He closes his eyes.
Give me
and
Jay.
Throws the ball at the rim.
Give me
and
Jay.
it goes in.
Give me playoff Jay. Give me
Yeah.
playoff Jay on PG. That's what I want. Playoff Jay on PG-13. Get in his head, talk some shit. PG-3 will shrink and disappear. He shrinks in the playoffs. Give me Jay. That's all I'll say about that.
All right, so let me pull up my screen because we're gonna have to dissect some of the stuff because legitimately that's what we're here for, right? So we have the lineup for the Clippers, right? Let me know when you got it.
It's up.
It's up.
No Kawhi. Yeah, Paul George, Rondo. Man is an X factor. Boogie's garbage. He's
Boogie will
out.
get ate up.
Luke Kennard shows up every like fifth game probably.
But look at but that's what I'm saying. Look at all those. Those are all serviceable veterans.
Reggie
that can get the
Jackson
job
is a
done.
problem.
Reggie Jackson.
He's a rookie, isn't he?
Do what?
Terrence Mann is
Terrence
the rookie.
Mann's a rookie.
Reggie Jackson is a problem. You think Dennis Schroeder effed us up that one game? Let Reggie Jackson be alone
And he can.
see what happens.
That's my worry.
He can and will.
Even Pat Bev.
Pat Bev
Be a
won't
problem.
do anything. Pat Bev is
Can be.
dead in the water.
Ooh, you
Pat
think
Bev
so?
he was hitting
Watch
threes.
him resurrect during this.
He was hitting threes during the Utah last game, and that's when he knew the game was over because this dude is just a scrub right now.
Scrub.
Nicholas
He's not even good
Batum
defensively.
has he shows up. Marcus Morris had the crazy game, not the elimination game, but the game before it. So he shows up every fourth game, maybe. Reggie Jackson. So the players that I'm most worried about, Paul George, obviously, Rajon Rondo, Terrence Mann, no. Yes, Reggie Jackson, Nicholas Batum, and then Zubac, because he's going to come back in. They didn't really play him because they wanted to go small, and it worked. But I think they'll go back to a traditional lineup. What do you guys think?
You're absolutely right.
Yep. So you're going to see a starting lineup of what? PG-13, Terrence Mann.
So who's gonna be the one? One will be
Rajon
Rondo. Who's the two?
They've been playing the hell out of Kennard. They
Terrence Mann.
One of Ty Lue's great things that he's done is he's resurrected Luke Kennard in this system. Like, he didn't play at all for months, and he was thought to just be buried, and he's never going to get off the bench.
Mhm.
Now he's slapping threes like crazy for them.
They said
He's
Iverson
somebody we got
vlogs.
to work on.
Iverson vlog says Clippers have been really bad with Zubac on the court. I mean, they might try to ride this small ball, but if they do, I think they're going to get fucked up by us specifically because it's not going to be a situation with Gogurt where he can't, he's in the paint and you go small, our coach won't adjust. We have players that can fit the small ball attitude. Like if you look at our lineup, no Chris Paul, but DeAndre Ayton can guard multiple positions.
And
He's
you know
quick,
what they'll
he's
do, right,
nimble,
Saul?
right? What's up?
You know who comes in? Who's their small ball center?
Depends, right? Who?
Torrey Craig, my favorite.
Oh, ours
son.
are. You're talking about the Suns, right?
Ours.
Okay. Yeah.
Torrey Craig comes in.
Mhm.
They have him as a shooting guard. That is hilarious. Craig comes in, and I love that because if you want to go small against us and have a small center, Torrey Craig is the perfect person. He's big, long, pause, and he rebounds like a demon. Let me repeat that again. Torrey Craig might rebound just as well, if not better than Ayton. And he slaps threes.
The thing
Please
is,
go small.
I want him to because look at the matchup. I'm just showing like pure talent for talent, right? You just look at this right now.
Ayton
Devin
can hang in
Booker,
small ball, dude.
Devin Booker, DeAndre, and Jay Crowder. All these people can go small. Mikal Bridges, Cam Payne, Dario Saric, not him. Torrey Craig, Javon could come in if you want to give him minutes. Hell, you could even throw Langston Galloway in there if you want to get some quick threes.
And why is
Each
Cam
one.
Johnson at the end of this thing? You don't even have Cam Johnson necessarily.
He doesn't even have. He doesn't even have a picture.
He's way ahead of all these other
The
guys.
disrespect on Google right now, dog.
F you, Google. Try harder.
I mean, Cam Johnson. That's,
Coach. What up,
I'm
coach?
just saying, if they go small, it's going to be to their detriment, and even if they go regular, it's going to be to their detriment because they do not match up with this lineup, dude. I'm telling you, they don't. It doesn't. They just don't. I was this confident. I told you guys because I said Nuggets. I said the Nuggets series. I called the Suns in 5. You're like 6.
Your confidence is a great barometer.
So you got
Now-
5?
No, I didn't say I'm not calling this game in 5 because
Okay.
the only reason. So my reasoning is CP3 being out, right? We don't know when he's going to be, like how many games he's going to be out. If CP3 was playing, this would be a sweep. I'm telling
Wow.
you. Yeah, it would. It's just
What do you
it's
think
just
about
facts.
that, Nick?
But if we had CP3, this would be a sweep. I don't think it'd be a sweep. But I think that it would be a short series. So I would say 5. But right now, I'm afraid this is going to go 6. That's my feeling right now. With CP3 being back, I feel like it's going to go 6. Suns in 6. We might get him back game 2 or game 3. I think we just need to really just get a game in game 1 or 2. Just one or the other. Get game 1 or game 2. Split in the beginning. Hold the advantage and don't let them get it back. I think that's what we need to do.
I'm not feeling that.
What do you
You
feel?
want to win both?
I think we have to win both. I think we have to protect home court against these effing roaches, no offense, that won't go away. They won't die. You can bomb them with a nuclear bomb. Them and Twinkies will survive. They won't go away. So I don't want them to steal home court from us. That's just going to give them more fire and more belief. I don't even, if we go up 2-0, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win the series. I won't say it because that means nothing to these dudes. They love going down 0-2.
You do realize, like, their last series, they were down 0-2 in both, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. So I certainly don't want them to go into the third game with a win behind them. Like we have to get both games.
Yeah. I'm not on that train.
I hear you. I just respect these guys the most. I remember what we said before this playoffs.
More than the Lakers?
The two teams because they were hurt. Because they were hurt
Healthy
this time.
Clippers, yeah.
That's true. That's very true. But Paul George plays like God against us.
He does.
And this team should have been dead.
The answer.
They should have been dead in the water if they would have. Like when Kawhi went down, what did you think? Did you think they had any chance at all? No. So that
Yeah,
means
but
it almost seems like they're playing better without Kawhi because
Coaching though. Ty Lue made an adjustment. Did Schneider make the
Yes.
adjustment?
No, he didn't.
And here's my thing, Monty. I have faith in Monty that he will make the adjustments and we will be well coached going into this series. I
One of
believe
the
that full-heartedly.
One of the big differences between the Suns and the Utah Jazz, they don't resort to hero ball bullshit when the going gets tough. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell, he tends to do this hero ball shit where it's either gonna really work out for you or it's really not gonna work
But
out
he's
for you.
efficient though.
I just think his teammates are just too passive with him, dude. He just sets the standard where he's like, yep, I'm gonna shoot all the fucking shots, and then you can see that later in the games where it's like it's either Donovan Mitchell time or it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gobert wasn't gonna get you anything. The dude was he's not an offensive threat, and he's not playing defense. He didn't even have a block shot in that last game, you know. And then who else is on their team? Ingles and Bogdanovich. They're okay, but they're not like going to take a game over usually. It's just we're not the Utah Jazz, dude. Those dudes were frauds. That's what everybody knew out of them. And they showed it. They showed it. Elimination game, I swear to God, they weren't playing defense. Like they were giving up on defense, man. You know? And then after the game, Donovan Mitchell was like laughing and yucking it up and shit, like acting like he didn't care.
And that is the one thing, like you just said, though, like the one thing that has me, we have fresh legs.
Oh, yeah.
We have fresh legs. And I feel like that is the one thing that will come to play for us is that we will have fresh legs. We will have defense.
Chris Paul's going to have super fresh legs.
Yes, he will when he comes back. But we will have fresh legs. We will be playing defense. Jay will be so that is the one thing I think we have. Like they're beat up, they're tired. They've went 7 games, they've went 6 games. We've only so that's a total of do the math. 13 games. We've only played a total of 10. Like we're rested. I feel like that's a big advantage for us right now.
Hey,
huge advantage in the playoffs, dude.
Zenith comes up with a great point.
All
right. Now, having to do with kind of what I was saying about like how Craig's going to be our backup 5, our small ball 5, and this team loves to go small ball to try to destroy people. Zenith says Craig could be the trade of the year depending on how this series goes. If Craig shows out, absolutely, man. Like, who's more valuable as far as a trade? He's more impactful than Drummond. They didn't even play Drummond one of those games.
No, I agree.
I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge retired.
You got him for nothing.
Nothing, dude. It was a TJ Warren situation. And I love that we get the last laugh on the whole cash considerations debacle. Everybody wanted to tease us and laugh about, oh, you guys gave up TJ Warren and look what he did in the bubble.
Where's he at now?
Seriously, can never get on the floor.
Hurt all the time. Just like we always said. Yeah, I said that. You were a big TJ Warren dude.
It's true.
I was just like, man, this guy's a glass man. The definition of it. The dude thinks about playing basketball, he shatters. And that's why they gave him up for cash considerations. He did okay in that bubble, like did spectacular, but the guy can't stay healthy, and you can't roll with that, dude. I mean, Chris Paul has his issues and shit like that, but if you can't rely on a dude to stay healthy, like what good is that to have him even on your team? You know, like what's the point? But anyway, like yeah, Craig. Going to be huge. And honestly, like we were looking back because remember we were all pissed off that we didn't pick anybody up off of waivers, right? I think McGee was one of the main dudes that we wanted to pick up. Like in retrospect,
I wanted Gordon. Rip.
In retrospect, the shit that we were upset about. Like now we're like, holy shit, I'm glad it worked out the way it did. And it just makes James Jones just look even smarter. You know?
Goodness, man. I'm looking at the schedule. We are not getting any breaks as far as breaks between games.
What is
Oh,
going
no.
on? Why are they trying to fast forward this?
Because
postseason?
of the season, they're probably fast.
Well, they
forward
wanna-
they want to get that season done.
They want to get
as possible.
the season back on track, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, we got no breaks right now, man. We have Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Mhm.
I'm going to assume we got Saturday.
No, it's every other day.
So,
it's every.
We're getting no favors done as far as the schedule. So if you thought, oh, CP3 might be back, if it's 2 weeks, no, they're not being lenient on the schedule at all. That's pretty brutal.
2 weeks. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. If he were to
If
be out
he's
2
out
weeks,
2
that's the
weeks,
whole series.
We're fucked, dude.
So hopefully he comes back soon. That's the one thing that's got me concerned.
okay.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. It's brutal.
So let's just walk down this road. What happens, in your opinion, if he's gone for 3 games? The first 3 games.
It's all. I can't predict the NBA this year, dude. Like, I don't think anybody is. Like, I feel bad for Gary, the fucking gambling addict, dude. Like, I know people are losing money this season, dude. You can't tell me that you have money on these games and you knew the way they were going to go, because a lot of them, the series, the teams, everything, you're just like, all right, well, what? It's like, who would have saw the Hawks taking the Sixers to game 7 or even getting past the Knicks? I mean, someone could have called the Knicks series, but the Hawks showing out like they are, taking them to 7, they legit could even beat the Sixers at game 7, but I think the Sixers will come out. The Bucks beating the Nets, just the way the series has been going, and then the Clippers beating Utah and not even going 7 games is embarrassing, but that's just the way it went. The amount of players getting hurt. So, like, I can't call. I don't even know. I don't even want to call games anymore, because when I call them, it's like fucking Barkley, the kiss of death, dude. So I might as well say that the Suns are going to lose both games, to start, and maybe they'll win both. I don't know. Can you guys call games? Did you call the series? Like, tell me the truth. Like, did you call these things? Like,
Nope.
what'd you
As
think?
soon as Kawhi went down, I'm like, that's it. We're playing the Jazz.
Yep.
What'd you think?
Everybody did.
Well, as soon as Kawhi went down, yeah. I thought it was done.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was done. I thought CP3 would shrink. I still think CP3 will shrink eventually, but I thought he was going to shrink, and he didn't. And let's be real, the Utah Jazz sort of didn't
Paul George.
do them.
Not
Yeah, sorry.
CP3.
Paul George. My PG-13. Excuse me.
Just call him Pandemic P
So,
or
So I thought Paul George, was going to shrink, and he didn't. But let's be real, the Utah Jazz didn't really do themselves any favors by the way they played and piss poor defense and whatnot. So,
big time.
maybe that's just a product of Paul George playing porous defense. Let's see what happens when he plays us. I still feel like he's going to shrink sooner or later. That's why I say give him Jay. Put Jay on him. Let Jay play the defense. Let Jay get in his head. That's what I want.
Mhm.
I'll keep preaching that over and over and over again.
You're preaching to the choir because you've convinced me. That's exactly what I want now. I want him, not Mikhail.
So you don't think Pandemic P has gotten rid of that name?
He has never been Pandemic P against us.
All I got to say is I think that NBA fans, he choked big time, right? But like this year, he's had a couple of stinkers, but what player doesn't? I think he's kind of gotten past that mantra, especially since Kawhi went out and he was able to carry his team. I mean, man was kind of the X factor there, but I don't know. I think he's kind of, if he does go back to that, I'd fucking love it, dude.
You think we're looking at another Jokic situation where make him do everything and just make sure nobody else does anything, sort of a deal here?
That would be nice.
I was saying that we should do that, honestly, but I was talking to some people on Twitter, and it's like, well, if you think that Paul George is going to beat you anyway, why don't you just let him and then guard shut down everybody else on their team? What do you guys think?
It's a body strategy. Like he can't do everything. He can't hit every shot. He's got to sit some point. He can't be like Kevin Durant today, playing all 48 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it's an interesting strategy to say the least.
Gabe, what do you think about that?
Which part?
Just letting Paul George go off and fucking shut down everybody else.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
because that's a strat too, you know.
Yeah. Jay 1v1. Jay, do your best. And if you can't hack it, we'll let Bridges have a go.
Yep.
And if
I
Bridges
think Jay will hack it though.
if Bridges can't figure it out, we give Craig a go. And just figure out who defends him best. Hell, throw Dario out there. I don't care.
Throw Torrey Craig out there.
Throw Craig on him. But yeah, guard the hell out of their shooters since they like to play
Yes.
5 out.
Yes.
Right? Don't let them slap threes on us.
Nope.
And go to Ayton offensively.
Yeah, 8 needs to get at least minimum.
We need Lakers Ayton to come back.
Yes,
we need that. We
big
need that
time.
Ayton to come back. That efficient 80%, 20, double guy. That's what we need.
Your boy is here, Salt. Coach.
Coach is in the house.
Hey, yo, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Sounds real clear.
Crystal.
Wonderful. How y'all doing?
Good.
Kind of sweating.
Kinda.
I just want to jump in on the Paul George thing because I think what I want and what is going to happen are two different things because I'm of the same mind as you are, Gabe. I want to throw Mikhail at him, and then I want to throw Jay, and then I want to throw Torrey. I'm going to throw Cam Johnson. Let's throw Javon Carter one possession. But we saw with LeBron James and how he's guarded and Jokic, but we only had 8 to guard Jokic. But we saw it with Mikhail too, guarding LeBron, right? So I think what's going to happen is we're going to have one dude on him, and we're going to know who that dude is the first possession. But that's just what Monty has done.
Okay. I have a quick question for you. Do you have any points, any notes? You like to make your notes of what are the key things that need to be done. Do you have any notes wrote down?
Man, number one thing with this, you guys, like seriously, is Suns need to be the Phoenix Suns. They need to play the Phoenix Suns the way that they've played all year. And if they play that way, they're going to win, with or without Chris Paul. Now, without Chris Paul, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. So game 1 tomorrow, I think we can catch them off guard as opposed to the other way around. And I think game 1 is huge because if we're talking about game 3 being the 10th day of quarantine for Chris Paul, he could miss game 3 too. You don't want to lose all 3 games, right? So
Facts.
So
Salty,
Suns and 6.
Salty said this earlier. He said that he wanted Etuan Moore starting.
Yes.
And campaign off the bench. You like that
Absolutely.
idea? Okay, I like it. You guys are getting me convinced on this Etuan Moore starting thing. Okay, I'm in. I need this. All right, let's make it happen.
I don't know if Salt mentioned this, but my thought process would be keep campaign in the role he's been so successful in. And if you need him to close the fourth quarter, he can, right? Maybe we don't want campaign going into the fourth quarter playing all these starter minutes, right? You want him finishing games and being ready to go and being able to take it to them because the Clippers haven't had any days off.
True.
Yep.
So start Etuan Moore. Give him 4 to 6 minutes. It's the first quarter. If he does good, you can roll with it. If it doesn't work, you got campaign a little bit extra rest.
Coach.
Yeah.
Coach. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you hear when we were talking about like, do you prefer that are you focused on just splitting the first 2 since we don't have CP3, or do you think it's dire that we win the first 2?
No, it's not dire. Split. This is a series. We saw it. The Suns didn't even click until the middle of game 4 against the Lakers, right? So there's definitely time for that. And right now it's just a day-by-day situation, and who knows with asymptomatic with the vaccine. And this is an interesting stat in itself. No, just split, man. Just split. And I think game 1 is going to be the chance, but it's going to be the Reggie Jackson game. I don't know if you saw my comment. Reggie Jackson's going to be a killer tomorrow. Dennis Schroeder in game 1 and game 2 slaughtered us. Campazzo game 1 slaughtered us.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Reggie Jackson game. How are we going to contain him without
or man, right?
Who?
Terrence Mann.
No, I'm not worried about Terrence Mann.
Not even after his last performance?
He's not worried about Man grind hard.
You don't think he can do it twice?
No.
So you're saying he's like a
because we play different. We play different defense. defense. We play a completely different defense. No, we're not
You're
the
saying
Jazz.
he's a Shake Milton type?
Shake Milton, dude.
I'm saying
Don't talk
he had
about Shake that way because Romp will find you.
Terrence Mann had Bogdanovich and Ingles and all those dudes guarding him. Like, come on now.
They were leaving his ass wide open. Go look at the replays, dude.
Well, we've been leaving people wide open for 3 all postseason. So how's this gonna work?
I said you guard the 3-point line, let Paul George get his, let him go for 40, and then you lock down all the other players, and then I just don't see him beating you. I
really think Jay Crowder's got to be that dude that guards him then, because okay, this is crazy. Jay Crowder can still play with all that effort, energy, and everything if Paul George drops 42 on him, right? Mikhail, he's still young. If he gets dropped 42 on him, how is he going to react to it, right?
He better be hitting threes, man. He better be hitting threes too to help counteract the way that we were calling DeAndre Ayton, DeAndre negating. We're gonna need him to do a good job guarding PG-13, but also slapping some threes. So it's like, oh, you gave them 39. That's cool. That's cool. You scored 47, Paul George. Well, that's cool because Jay scored 25.
Yeah,
that's gonna just take the wind out of their sails, man. Just like we did with the Nuggets.
I think though the biggest thing for me going into this is the big question mark over DeAndre Ayton, and how is he going to guard somebody on the 3-point line with him being out of the paint? Who is there to protect it? How does the help defense come around? When Zubac is in, that's a no-brainer. That's completely different. But when he's out for extended amount of times and it's the Clippers 5 out, like where's DeAndre Ayton going to be? You're gonna see a lot of him dropping down, and this is why I don't want Mikal Bridges on.
Do you think we're gonna see a lot of that zone that we saw?
No, not a zone. I think he's gonna drop down, but then since they got guys on the perimeter, you're gonna see a guy like Jay Crowder or Torrey Craig or Mikal Bridges kind of guarding 2 positions. He's gonna drop down and kind of play both passing lanes. I wish I could draw it up for you and explain what I'm trying to say. But DeAndre Ayton's going to guard one of the dudes in the corner. It's going to be Batum or one of their other bigger forwards, right? He's going to be in the corner all the time. The next guy on the wing is going to have to drop down a little bit and play the passing lanes, which is where Mikal Bridges excels at, by the way, playing that safety and intercepting that pass. But we're going to be playing a lot of recovery defense, you guys. And that's what kind of scares me is I don't want to get into recovery mode and just keep getting beat. DeAndre keeps sagging. We keep trying to play the passing lanes, and they get open threes. That's where I'm afraid of.
Do you remember what you were going to say, Salt? I feel like I cut you off. My bad.
I don't even remember, dog, honestly.
Well, watch this with me, man, because I did not get a chance to watch much of this game because I was on vacation down there. I just heard a lot about, man, like what stood out to you? You said that they weren't playing no D in an elimination game.
No, I mean, so in the beginning, they go on this big lead, right? They get puffed up. Donovan was going off. What's his name? Their 6th man of the year went fucking ham. He went Michael Jordan out there. What's his name?
Terrence Mann.
No, Utah, because Utah went up. Clarkson went just nuclear. He
scored like 17 points in a row at one point.
Yeah, it was, and then he didn't do anything in the second half, just like their whole team. So they were getting what they wanted. See, man ended Gogert's career right there. I was watching the behind stream. Anyway, they were getting what they wanted. Had like a 20+ lead. Just doing everything and it just looked like it was going the way that people thought it was going to go. That's why everybody was saying that it was going to be going to Game 7 on Tuesday because it just looked like they had it cooking, man.
Yeah, it really does from what I'm looking at. Jeez. I heard they had like 17 threes in the first half.
Hey,
and
look
they were
at
only
that.
up by 1 point.
And 1 there. Donovan's getting what he wants. Clippers were missing a lot of shots. It's mainly the second quarter where they build this huge lead. See, there's Clarkson. He starts cooking in the second.
I mean,
And
that's a
just
Booker
makes-
shot.
He makes everything. So they go up by a big margin. And then they melted down in the second half. Man went off in the second half.
Do you
They
feel
didn't
like
guard
the Clippers,
anybody.
You feel like the Clippers won the game or the Jazz lost it?
I think it's both, man. I think they didn't account. I mean, obviously, you couldn't account for Terrence Mann, whatever that guy's name is,
Right.
going off for 40 points or whatever he had. That'd be
Yeah.
like campaign going off for 40. It's just you're not accounting for that,
Right.
especially with Kawhi out, because essentially, Man
Bro.
filled the role of Kawhi. It was just like Kawhi was playing, and Kawhi went off for 40. I mean, yeah.
They need to drug test Batum. He's playing way too young.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that, Nick?
No,
Dude,
haven't noticed that.
Batum's been going nuts. I did a couple of games with Romp. I'm like, why is Batum going so hard at the rack? Like, where is he finding this energy at age 45? Damn, Mitchell from
You know,
I was going to say if he hit that.
the crazy thing about the Clippers, I read a tweet and then I thought about it. I forget the guy's name. I'd love to shout him out, but he said the Clippers just switched up defense every single time. They played drop one time, then they did double, then they did straight up, and then they went back to a double team, and they just switched it up every single time, and it talked about their versatility.
I didn't realize that they were that good on defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are they?
I mean, they're smart. They can do it. Like do they execute, and does the other team do different things to be able to counter it? Monty's got to be able to be ready, and Book's got to be ready to get double teamed, man. They double teamed Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell acted like he'd never seen it before, dude. He was a deer in the headlights.
Really?
Me and Salty went through this on Twitter a little bit.
Mm. Donovan Mitchell was having issues in the second half. He looked like he maybe have hurt his ankle again. I don't know. That was towards the end, though. He was putting up dumb shots like he does sometimes. Like I was saying, like it's kind of the hero ball mentality, and it just wasn't working. And then the Clippers got on this run, and just look at the spacing. And
Yeah,
the
bro,
kicking.
I'm just seeing nothing but wide open shots.
That corner three, see that corner three? Man was hitting that wide open, just wide open. Momentum. Nobody stopping him, and it's
Double
just
teams.
yeah.
Bro,
I mean-
I'm watching these highlights. I just feel like these shots that they're taking that are open, they're not going to be there when we play defense on them. That corner
They
will
went-
not be wide
they
open.
went- They went zone there, by the way. They even tried to go zone. Jazz did.
Yeah,
That's
Reggie-
See right there,
Oh,
man.
Hey,
Good
Craig.
take. Good take.
Reggie is going off. Beverly started hitting threes in the fourth.
It was
See, Donovan's going.
That's tough.
That's a tough shot. It's a really close ball game. It's anybody's ball game at this point. Wide open again. Just lazy. That corner shot was just all look. Just
Gobert
wide
can't get
open.
out there, bro.
Gobert was just getting exposed. They didn't make any adjustments. You know,
That's
they hit
pretty-
some threes. I mean, it looked like they're going to bring it back. Like that was a tough shot that he made. That's Bogdanovich, right? Or is
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there's no defense
He
for
got
that kind of
exposed.
shot for PG.
No.
There's no defense for that.
Yeah, but you'll see more corner threes. Trust me. I mean, they were there.
Now we got to see Ballmer in the arena tomorrow.
That's
Didn't even-
that's
That's
Donovan
sloppy.
didn't even put his hand up, dude.
no
Sloppy.
no sloppy. Here's another one.
Kaboom.
Just not even getting out.
Bro, you noticing, man?
Rewind
it's
that,
Go-
please rewind that.
it's
They're in a
Gobert,
zone there.
man. It's Gobert.
I know.
though.
Yeah.
But it's just
Everyone knows that.
it's just sloppy, uneventful.
Uh-oh.
He's not getting out.
And it's
He's
not
just-
like man hadn't been torching them
No.
all game.
No, he refused to get out of the lane. It's like I'm a big man in the lane, and I'm not going to guard the corner.
Monty will have an answer for that.
They cut the stream off or what? What's going on?
Yeah,
here?
yeah, they cut the stream off, cut the video. They'll bring it back.
Oh boy. All right. Well, it's interesting
always
how
do
that.
that.
It's interesting
Why
how that happens sometimes, right?
Somebody must have reported us.
Probably.
Who
Well,
could that
Well,
be?
they scan streams, but man, I've never seen it that quick.
I mean, we do that all the
Welcome-
time. And
Well, yeah. Welcome to the Valley Podcast. They have it out.
Are we
for us.
still live? Because the chat's still up. I don't know.
well, we still have Facebook and we still have Twitter live. I mean, it'll
It'll keep going.
yeah, it'll pop back on at some point, I'm sure.
Charles
Well, you know.
reported us.
Come on, Charles. Shouldn't you be looking at pregnancy magazines?
Pregnancy magazines. Stream unavailable.
So,
Everybody's
man.
putting L's in the chat.
While that comes up, what do y'all think of the Nets blowing it?
Shh.
Thank God.
Can
I mean,
you believe it? Can you believe it?
No,
I was so fucking happy, dude.
yeah.
Like I said,
So right now, I love the way this play. As boring as quote unquote, let me put it in quotations, as boring as it is for people who just watch basketball to watch the Lakers and LeBron. Like, okay, cool, whatever. But it's good to actually see the teams that were built, minus the Clippers, doing well. Like that's the one thing that the Suns, the Bucks, and the 76ers, however anybody feels about them, you know, trust the process, however you feel about that. But at least those teams were built, you know what I mean? And so it's good to see those teams doing well, you know, and that's what I'm rooting for. That's why I want us to beat the Clippers so bad, so we can actually have Suns versus the Bucks or 76ers finals where teams who actually did do it the right way didn't just pay for their players and put it all together and like that way. That's something I'm looking forward to seeing.
That's a big W for all of us fans, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, you may have to put the stream back up on YouTube, period. You may have to redo the stream.
It's growing. I mean, we're back up to 26.
Yeah, but the stream
Is it?
I mean-
is it not working?
it's not going back up.
I didn't see it go back up.
Well,
Usually they
No,
just
not
cut
yet.
it.
There it goes. There it goes.
Back up.
What kind of
They-
bullshit is this?
Back
dude?
up.
Susan
We can't do
Wojcicki,
anything.
we're sorry,
They're like, oh, you
Okay.
can't show highlights like everybody else.
right? What up, Eric? We're back. If Eric's here, we're back.
Maybe it's
share
because
everybody,
that
man.
video's been there for a while and I can scan it. Maybe
No,
we can do it
it
after the game. It's
happens.
fresh.
No,
No.
someone was in the
All the
chat
time.
or some. I don't know, man.
People
I
be
wa-
out here hating. Huh?
I wonder if Clippers fans are going to be as annoying as Lakers fans. Do you think?
What
I,
Clippers
ho-
fans?
I hope so. I've never met one.
Clipper-
Have you guys ever met a
I've
Clippers
never
fan?
met a Clippers fan. Bro.
Who's a real Clippers fan?
What's that dude from Malcolm in the Middle?
No,
Frankie
he's a
Muniz?
Suns fan. He's a Suns fan, dude.
I thought he was a Clippers fan.
No, he lives in the Valley. He's a Suns fan, dog.
Hold on.
Look it
No,
up.
dude, he was just wearing that for an All-Star game, bro.
Yeah,
For like an All-Star event.
as
trust
far as
me.
Clippers fans, you mean Lakers fans that
the Valley
that
lives
flip?
in the Valley.
Because that's what's
Like-
happening. The Clippers fans are Lakers fans that flip.
I feel like no true Lakers fan would ever even admit to something like that.
Well, they're not admitting to it, but they're still doing it. Like, let's be real.
I've never met a Clippers fan. I've met fans of every. I've met more Seattle Sonics fans than I have Clippers fans. They don't even exist.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm sure they're out there, bro. But yeah, they're kind of just kind of sparse, which makes you think you're like, which makes it more
I'm
annoying. The two LA teams, they get two LA teams, right? Yeah, he was wearing that jersey. He trust me, he's from the Valley, dude.
Well, I
Billy
mean,
Crystal, that's right, Zenith. Billy Crystal, I forgot about that.
Billy
Good shit.
Crystal is a Clippers fan.
Yes, confirmed.
What other famous person's a Clippers fan? There's some famous dudes that rock with the Clippers.
I mean,
I think
I feel like I'm not going to hate Clippers fans as much as Lakers fans. I mean, if you're a Clippers fan, then that means that you've been resisting being a Lakers fan.
Not only that, you lived through the terrible
If you
50 years
Yeah,
of
terrible.
one of the
If
Western
you can
Conference
with
stick
one of
finals.
the
with the
worst
Clippers.
owners ever.
Yeah. Like if you could stick with the Clippers and not like that's the opposite of a bandwagon fan. To be just like us, we're the opposite of a bandwagon.
Well, they have the longest streak without a championship, right next to the Suns, right? I mean,
yeah. So shout out to any real Clippers fans if you're out there, if you still exist. Billy Crystal, shout out to you. But yeah, you were talking about the Durant series. I woke up this morning and I looked at Bleacher Report, and I literally the first thing I said when I woke up was, "Please God, please, just accidentally let the Bucks win. Just even if it's just a mistake, please." And it happened. It doesn't feel real after that Durant insano 48-minute game. I can't believe it, dude. If we were playing versus the Jazz in this next series, I would think that we're going to win the title. Like I'd be ready for that, right? But now it's like back in flux, in my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, it's only back in flux because of CP3. Once we get the word on what CP3 is doing,
ain't in flux, dog. It's not.
Okay,
I don't know why we keep trying
the feeling of it being
dude.
in flux. Okay, for me, at least for me, the feeling of it being in flux is because of CP3. Honestly,
So I really gotta know. Like, why you guys pick 6 games or whatever besides Knicks,
just for the adjustment
for the Nuggets.
I haven't picked yet. I haven't made my pick.
No, I'm just talking about the Nuggets, bro. Like, I
said,
really have to know. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
Going into that series, because you guys were hesitant. I was, I really got to know.
I thought MPJ was going to hit shots. Plain and simple. I thought he was going to go 25 to 30.
Mm-hmm. So,
is that it, Coach? Is
yeah.
that the only reason?
No, that's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic did kind of what he did. I mean, to a point, but if he had somebody that was hitting shots, it opens it up for him a little bit more too, and he could have gotten maybe 4 to 6 more points. I don't know, something like that. But
Tori, it did get taken down, but it's back up. We're good to go. My reasoning for saying it would take us 6 games is because I felt like the Nuggets didn't lose any ground. In fact, they gained ground when Jamal Murray went out. And then so I was like, they're still dangerous. They're still just as dangerous.
Regular season shit.
I know. But, I'm thinking the same thing about the Clippers right now. They're still obviously dangerous because they're winning without Kawhi. So who's to say they're not?
So I really have to know.
But one more reason.
All right.
The other reason is I had a lot more respect for Joker. And I didn't realize I hadn't put 2 to 2 together and realized not only is he not a great defender, he is non-existent. He might as well stand on the sideline and let them do 5v4 and then run back on the court when it's time for offense. I didn't know he was that absent of a defender. Go ahead, Salty.
So, like I said, I don't know. It's just I look at talent, I look at matchups, and it's just I look at I don't know. That's the way I was looking at the Nuggets series, because you would go based off of what was going on with the Blazers, and it was a close series and blah, blah, blah. It went to 6 and this and that. But I didn't go off of what happened in the Blazers series. I looked at specific players and matchups and how it was going to actually go down in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? This player crosses this player off, right? DeAndre Ayton versus Joker, and then you start going down the list, and they eventually run out of players, and then we still have players that are going to perform no matter what. And it's like the Clippers series, the Clippers roster at this point. The way that they celebrated beating the Jazz was like they won the fucking championship, and they got toasted online for it because realistically it was their first. It's going to be their first Western Conference appearance. They celebrated. They didn't expect to get past the Jazz. They did, right? So they overcame this giant mountain. Now they get to face the Suns at home, they're a deep ass team. That's what I said. When you match up the coaches, I think Monty Williams is a better coach.
For sure.
Without a doubt. So adjustment wise, I think he's just going to make adjustments when he needs to. And then player wise, we crossed them off. You know, Kawhi's not in there. If Kawhi was in there, it'd be totally different. Trust me, because that dude is called the algorithm for a reason. The dude is just a freak physically, and it just would be a nightmare. But with him out, that's insane. That's like losing LeBron or Giannis for the Bucks or anybody, just main players. Like Paul George is awesome, but you know, those are their two stars. And we talked about this. It's like CP3 is not going to be out the entire series no matter what. So it's like you're getting a free agent pickup, you know, like if we split the series at home, CP3 come back in game 3. I think we'll just win the rest of the games. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so 5 or 4 for you? 4, 5?
It just depends on when CP3 comes back, and it honestly, it depends on it. I feel like we're rested. I feel like we're focused, and I feel like we're deep. Like Etuan Morris hasn't even played really, right? But legitimately, I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. The dude's a fucking stud. He can shoot the ball. He can distribute. He's a wily veteran, and he can fill a role, right? Because you got to step up when people go down in any sports. That's like, man, right? With the Clippers, went for 40. He stepped up, went outside of his traditional whatever, his rookie, right? So a player needs to step up that we are not expecting. Etuan Moore or like I said, you could see 5 minutes of Langston Galloway and he could light up 4 threes. You know what I'm saying? Coach could pull that out. He could pull Javon Carter out.
Javon could get some stops, slap some threes, take everybody's breath away.
Saric could step up.
Saric could absolutely step up. Coach.
Kaminsky. I'd take Kaminsky over Saric in this series, y'all.
Yeah? Tell me why.
Who's Dario going to guard when they go 5 out? And then the second he falls for a pump fake or whatever, he cannot recover. His foot speed is garbage on the perimeter. Kaminsky, at least he definitely tries way harder on that front. And if they're going to go 5 out, it gives us the ability to have him go down low and really do a little bit of surgery on some of these shorter dudes, or he can step out and hit the 3. Way more consistent than Saric. I like Kaminsky in this matchup more than Saric. I'm not opposed to Saric playing. It kind of depends on matchups, but y'all, he gets burned so bad on the perimeter. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to disagree with you though, and nobody has hated on Saric more than me. But I say you got to keep rolling with him until he proves that he's dumpster juice.
Oh, I'm not opposed to it at all.
Because he's not dumpster juice right now. So until he shows it, and believe me, if he starts showing it, yoink him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when he's not playing like crap, he's more valuable than Frank. And,
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But coach, I'm down for Kaminsky if Saric is fucking up.
Absolutely.
You know, but I say let him get burned. I want to see him get burned, like you're saying a couple times. I believe you, but I want to see him.
He's earned it with you again, huh? He's earned the chance.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he? Last series? It's weird.
Last series, though.
A little bit. I mean, he didn't fully gain it. I mean, he's not like, oh my God, yes, we have to play him.
Right.
But you're right.
He's trending that direction.
It just
I mean, what did Frank Kaminsky do
right
in any of these series?
What up, Zonabot?
Exactly.
I just think that we talked about our depth, and we've always talked about the playoffs, how it like slows down and your lineups kind of shrink and shit. The thing is that might be true, but based off of matchups, our coach has the ability to just do whatever he wants, man. You know, I mean, if he thinks the player's hot, he did this in the regular season. You know, if he feels like Javon Carter's the X factor and locking someone up, or he's going to play a role, and a lot of these players just stay ready, like Javon Carter or Langston Galloway or Etuan Moore. Like,
Yep.
they stay ready. So if they get their name drawn, I think that I think he'll do
Expect
stuff
them to
like
pro-
this.
Expect them to contribute. You're right.
Yeah. So I think our coach is brash enough to be like, hey, we'll throw out fucking Langston Galloway, who hasn't played in the whole playoffs really except garbage time. And maybe we'll throw him out there for 5 minutes and see if he can light it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why Devin Booker was like 1 through 15 or whatever the fuck he said, which isn't really true. But I mean, in actuality, you can play
13.
whoever you want, right? 13, yeah. So
Look at outside of Batum. Which game was this? Was this game 5? Like, look at the scoring between like Jackson, George, and Morris. Like, if Morris lights us up, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to deal with that.
Yeah, that can't happen.
Morris.
Yes.
And then they have Reggie Jackson is another guy that played a lot of minutes. Can you scroll down a little bit and see where
This was game
the
5.
I'll scroll up a little bit. Kennard played 20, yeah, and Patrick Beverly paid 17. If dudes like Beverly and Kennard are slapping threes on us, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, Kennard. He's an X factor for them.
But if we just play Phoenix Suns basketball, I think we'll win. But Gabe and Nick, I'm on the fence here. Do I join Salty in his unwavering faith that we're gonna blow the doors off the Clippers, or do I?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think for balance, you should.
For about but
no, man, just be honest. Like, I just am. I'm very interested to hear your true, honest
Suns and 6.
gut feeling.
Suns and 6.
I'm right there with you, Coach.
Suns
Suns
and
and
six.
6 again. That's what I was gonna say.
The easy way out. No,
Shut up.
But Salty has me thinking like, damn, this could be like a 4-game sweep. Like, let's fucking go. But
I know they got me thinking.
Salty
it
has
too.
the kiss. Salty has the kiss of death, and Salty did so good in the earlier in their season, being like, "No, they're gonna lose, and they win." So like,
Yeah.
I'm torn here, Salt. I don't know where to go.
Well,
with you.
I didn't say they're gonna. All right, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're gonna sweep, dude. Like, I
No,
don't
you have me feeling like they're gonna sweep in 4 now. Like,
yeah,
your
but I
enthusiasm
just
is
think
infectious.
that Chris Paul is an obvious, glaring issue there. But I don't think it's a big issue if they split at home, like Gabe said. I don't think that that's a big deal because we're a really good road team, So, like I said, if he's out 3 games, for example, and we go down 1-2, I still think that the Suns could come back if they get Chris Paul and just dominate the series. That is if Kawhi doesn't come back and he doesn't his knee. And I don't even think he will come back because a serious ACL, even a sprain, he's going to risk things doing that if he rushes back. But who knows? Who knows with all this stuff, dude? It's just like we don't even know. I don't know when Chris Paul's coming back.
We don't.
That's going to determine how long the series is going to stretch out, But I still think we match up really good with them with CP3 out, So.
I'm going Suns in 6 because there's so much turmoil. You don't know what's going on with CP3, and the Clippers won't die. They don't care about being down 0-2. That will not phase them. Look at this game. Why do they keep having 3 scores and like plus 22 points? Like, that's scary. Who the hell has
no defense though, Gabe? No defense though, Gabe. No defense though. And Terrence Mann's not gonna go off for 40 every day.
Rudy
every
Gobert
game.
drop coverage, wide open guy in the corner
Yes.
that he can't rotate to.
Can somebody just knock me unconscious so I can
might.
just wake? So I can
I might.
please come over and knock me
You can
out
wake up
so
for
I
the
can just
game?
wake up and it's the game. I can't wait. I'm not gonna go to sleep, dude. I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Can I wait till game 1 to make my prediction? Or I gotta give you a
No,
prediction now?
motherfucker, no.
Come on, man.
on.
No.
Let me
We're a Phoenix Suns
What's your
podcast.
gut, bro? I'll hear about your change your mind tomorrow. But
I'm reserved because
No.
he's not here, right?
he's
So
not gonna be there. Just
Oh yeah.
I'm with you.
How
I'm with
about
you. I'm with
How about
you.
this?
6. I'm with you. I'm with you. Suns and 6. Suns and 6.
Everybody in the chat, if you haven't already told us what your prediction is, please tell us what your prediction
Yes.
is. But I just want to say, let's do this. Let's all agree. We're making our predictions right now. With the questions up in the air about who's going to be, when Chris Paul's going to play.
Yep.
When we find out when or not he's coming back, let's give each other the opportunity to reassess what we think about the series going forward.
That's fine.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Man.
Right now, Suns and 6.
Okay, so right now, Suns and 6, Suns and 6, Suns and 6, Suns and what, Salt?
6. I already said that on my
You
Twitter.
said 6
All right.
too? But you said that was the easy way out.
I didn't say I was taking or not taking the easy way out.
Okay. And so we can change our mind if we find out CP3 is coming back. Man.
We do have some insurance about the game tomorrow. We know CP3 is gone, but you know who's going to be at the game? Suns and 4 guy will be at the game to rally the fans and rally the
That dude's
troops.
taking advantage of his
We
stardom.
will be
Absolutely.
okay. They have an
Doing
action figure of
cameos and
this
shit.
guy. This
Tell
is
me.
ridiculous.
Tell me, guys, did you see the bowl cut kids response online?
Did they
No.
respond?
No. Oh
I-
my God.
I didn't.
I
I didn't even know.
haven't seen it.
No,
I
I didn't
haven't
know they
seen
did
it.
that.
Do you guys? Should we watch it? I'm sure it's brief.
And get our stream pulled down again. Why not?
I don't think it will.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's watch it.
We don't have any viewers, anyways.
As we have 30. We don't have any. As we have 30.
Well, first I feel like we gotta pull this up and see what this is all about.
They would respond.
Dude, some podcast
Mm-hmm. Asked him about it or something.
decided to interview him, and he went on, and all I know is like the first beginning of the video, they're sitting in opposite chairs. They're like in a white background. It looks like they're in heaven, right? Like they're dead and they're in heaven. I swear to God. And the guy who's the interviewer like hands him a blunt, and the bowl cut kid sparks it up. Starts hitting it. His underwear is completely hanging out. He's sagging all the way. So I don't know how much we're gonna be able to take. I heard it's really rough. I heard that you lose brain cells.
Dude, I
when
gotta
you
watch this
it.
shit.
Just watch it.
All right.
I lose brain cells.
I thought you were gonna be like, no, okay, I don't want to watch
Bring it.
Okay, first, since this was right there in the feed.
That looks familiar. What happened after that?
Why are you watching this guy?
Hey, man. Hey, you okay, buddy? All right? Hey, man, what's wrong with you? Hey, chill. Hey, somebody get this food. Oh, you are nuts, man. What's wrong with you? I'll break you. Hey, I ain't break you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, fuck
I got a
you.
fake foul on the nigga Jokic. He gone.
He gone.
Double attack on that nigga Boogie
American
Cousins.
motherfuckers. I barely slapped the G League motherfucker. I'm pressing charges. For real. Sorry, I'll break your fist. Unnecessary slap to the face.
All right, you better pause it before it drops the stream again, fool.
No, man, I keep giving all the shout outs to Michi Meech, dude. Seriously, you guys
This is great.
You guys have to go follow that dude, Michi Meech. He is so good, and he's blowing up. I'm so happy for him because he deserves it. But I'm gonna try to
Double
find
attack
it.
on the nigga Boogie Cousins.
Unnecessary aggressiveness. Get your bitch ass out of the game. All right, where is
Jokic's brothers are huge, bro.
Dude, they're all from the hood of whatever country they're from. Keep telling y'all this.
Sokovia.
Sokovia. Stop playing. It's not Sokovia. It's whatever the heck it is.
Okay, let me see. So Sons of Here it is.
I think it's Serbia,
You're not
actually.
gonna believe this.
Yes, they're from Serbia.
I don't know if I'm already cringing, and I'm just on like the thumbnail, dude.
Play it now.
All right. Here we go. I can't believe this. This guy. I would love to see Salty
who is this
fight
guy?
him. This is the dude that got dropped.
How's everybody?
Still haven't. Oh my god.
Long time at the Favorite Factory.
Wait, what?
This is your boy, Salty.
Turn it up, dog.
Turn this up. Why is he sagging like that,
You
dog?
know what we should
Why are they in
do
person?
right now? I got Martine, the Four Watches guy, the dude.
Does
the
he have a
Nuggets fan
purse?
from the Suns and Four fight. Martine,
AKA the guy that got
you know, we want
fucked
to
up by the
inside
Sons
the
of Four
story
guy.
tonight, so thank you for
What
coming.
the-
Thank you for
I don't
He's out here
understand.
hitting the blunt, man. He got,
This dude-
Watched the little interview
You got a pouch on,
Barstool
too?
interview before.
Why does he have a purse?
that's what I'm saying. He got a man purse. He got a pouch.
He's sagging with a purse and he has a polo on,
earrings,
buttoned all the
dog,
way up,
man. Look at
dude.
that shirt, man.
With the necklace
ice.
underneath.
That's a
the
whack.
collar.
That's whack as fuck.
Man,
dude.
that man's
Who
drip
is this
is not good.
This
That's
dude-
no drip there, bro.
Did he get a new
Nice
haircut?
drip.
Because people were
Nah,
making
it's
fun
still
of it,
just
or
as
it's the
ugly.
same?
Nah, it's still the ugly bowl
Oh my
cut.
god. All right, play the rest of this. Oh my goodness.
This dude would drop Salty in a heartbeat.
Hit with
All
his purse.
5'8" of him.
His nose is busted
His
up.
nose is still busted.
Whoa.
Go back, I gotta see.
But why don't you tell
They'll do
us
another close up.
what happened? Start us off.
Yo,
Walk us
who
through what
is this
happened
guy
from
doing
beginning
the
of the
interview?
all the way through the end.
I don't know. Some fucking.
So look, the game's over. I'm walking up the stairs.
The guy's lying.
This dude's talking crazy. Go home, talking shit. And you know what I'm saying?
He's allowed to say that.
We're
They were
already
beating your
pissed, you know what I'm
ass.
saying? Because the Nuggets are
People
losing.
already saw what happened, dude.
Already. This dude's talking mad shit.
His nose still fucked
Acting like
up.
the victim, like this dude's bigger than me.
He was a pretty big. He said he was 6'4".
That's why you sucker punched him, because you're
Yeah,
a
is that why
pussy.
you try to hit him?
I'm like
After?
180.
He had 40 pounds on me. Bitch, you fucking.
So look,
You cheap shot at him. You tried to act like you were putting something in your
poured-
purse and then swung on him when he wasn't looking.
He poured beer on him too. That's what started it.
I'm like, fuck you. I was like, well, put your money where your
He
mouth
turned
is.
away.
All right,
He poured beer on him.
for the record, he says the game was over. The game wasn't over. They were getting cooked, and Nuggets fans started walking away.
If he was a
Mhm.
real fan, he'd have been in his seat the whole game.
Yes,
He's not.
but he started walking out.
Look, man,
and-
they gotta beat that traffic.
or other people started walking out.
Gotta beat the
And,
traffic.
and Sons and Four guy turns around and he's like telling everybody bye, like, you know, just being a dick within your rights, not cussing, not being a terrible person necessarily, just being a dick, saying bye to the fans that are walking out because they're losing.
Bye, Sons
And
of
then-
Four.
And then this dude pours a beer on his head. So I mean,
Who wouldn't whoop his ass?
he didn't
after that?
he didn't just peer. But like that's the thing. Like it seems like Sons and Four guy let it slide a little bit. It
He did.
wasn't until Broken Nose over here faked like he was putting something in his purse, and then went and swung on him twice, and then got caught up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I just
He
want.
got
I mean,
his face destroyed, bent over like a $50. I'm playing.
and I just want to point out one more time: Sons and Four guy has him by the collar, and
By his
this
chain.
this bitch just gives up and goes limp like an
Yeah.
animal that knows it's dead and is just going limp like maybe this
What's he
predator
supposed to do? You
maybe
got-
this predator
Oh.
will let me go if I just go limp and he thinks I'm dead. Okay, sorry, had to point that out.
Like you're talking shit.
If
like
I
that,
just
like,
play
and he didn't wanna
dead.
bet.
Okay,
He's acting like he's a diehard Suns fan. He didn't even want to bet.
So we're starting off with a bet, basically. That's
Yeah,
kinda
basically
What?
starting off with a
This
bet.
dude
What?
is so stupid.
And then
Bro.
he's talking stuff. I don't even remember. I was
Super
already
spread right here, boys.
blackout drunk. I don't
Yeah,
remember
big
everything.
time, dude. What the fuck?
that might have been a
I bet his
Yeah,
breath
so
smells
I was
like
drunk.
fucking doo doo.
He
I wouldn't be sharing any
I don't
blunt
know.
with this
Fuck
guy.
no,
It
dude.
was all in
His he'd suck on that
And I
blunt
took a
and
big gulp,
fucking smell like an asshole.
to go. Didn't even hear what he was. I didn't even listen.
Yeah,
to
what's
him.
in his
I
ears,
poured it
too?
on him. I squeezed it.
Yeah.
Whose man is this? This is what this is what Denver has to offer, bro.
The old blackout drunk excuse.
He said I was drunk.
Said my drew was fake, so
Oh, I
after
so I
before
did
that, I was
that.
like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
How could you have this
Yeah.
dude on?
first thing he did was just try to
Clicks
make-
and views, clicks and views. We
Clicks
want
and
all
views?
the clicks and views.
Clicks and views.
You know
We
what?
want all the clicks
No,
and
bro,
views.
I
Have you
honestly
got
have
the
this.
real one. Sons and Four guy.
I have this question for you guys. Would you be going on interviews after you get your ass whooped?
No, I'd be pulling a Nate
Fuck
Robinson.
no.
You'd never hear
I'd be
from
gone.
me ever again.
I'd be off all social media platforms after catching that L and becoming a meme.
Yep.
And this dude's coming on, smoking a blunt and doing an interview like he's on an ESPN special, like he fucking won a championship or something. Like what?
30 for 30.
Major
what?
L right here, guys.
I don't understand. It's like, are you explaining how bad your L was? I
That's
would
his
just
new
never
name.
do this.
His
dude.
new name is Major L. That's what we're going to refer
Major
to him as
L.
Major L for the rest of his life.
He's like,
Major
man, I just wanted to relish in this L, man. I mean, the first time I caught those I was catching knuckles to my nose, which you could still see on my nose. And I went limp like I was getting mauled by a bear, but it's just like, come on, man.
Man is
Jesus.
a walking L. His get up L, pants L, underwear L.
I want to.
L, underwear L, shoes
The
are
one thing
definitely
you
an L.
haven't pointed out, I want to point out that his polo is clearly an extra medium. He doesn't need it to be. Maybe it's just because he's sagging. Like, dude has a leather belt on and he's sagging. What is the point of the belt?
You think you see it all, dude, but that man purse and the sagging, I've never
Okay,
seen that
look
combo.
how many
got me, bro,
watches
the
he's
satchel.
wearing. Look how many watches he has on. 4.
The satchel really got me, bro. And then he's got this microphone clipped to the satchel.
Is this a setup? Is this a
It's
prank?
gotta be a fucking meme.
The guy on the right interviewing him, you should just kind of like watch him. Like I think he's trying to hold back laughing. Like this dude.
He is, dude. It's a fucking joke.
Watch
dude.
the
When
interviewer.
he went to yank my chain, he scratched my nose.
Okay.
That's
He
all-
scratched my
Oh,
nose.
okay.
Not all the
Nah,
shots
he
you
didn't-
to the face.
He didn't beat your ass. He
Yeah,
scratched your
exactly. That's what I'm
nose.
saying. Look at, if you
Rom.
ever fight, you know, if you get soft in your nose, hard one, then you're gonna have black eyes right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my
What did he
god.
just say?
Black eyes.
He said if you get socked in your nose, you have
Yeah,
black
it's a scratch.
eyes.
He scratched my nose.
Yeah.
He scratched my
He's
nose.
saying
man.
this is a scratch and that
He
he
just
should
scratched my
have
nose,
black
guys.
eyes if it was a punch.
Everyone's acting like
So he's trying to say that old boy wasn't landing shots.
He was weak.
Bro, those
Yeah.
you got makeup on you, dog.
hmm
like demolished. Like I'm like, bro, look at me. Like he didn't even really do
How many, like when you were
Bro, he really has the
look at me.
balls
He didn't
to
really
say.
do me like that, man. We need to. You know what, bro? The next boxing match, fuck it. I don't need Logan Paul
Yes,
versus Floyd or none of that. Give me Sons and Four guy versus
And this
Major
guy.
L.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'll
Make
do
it
it.
happen.
Yes, please.
Hey, if Sons
pay
and
for
guy,
that.
if Sons and Four guy,
Absolutely.
if Sons and Four guy doesn't want to do it, you know, if he's too big for it, I will do it. I will do it. But here's the thing. I'll pay to do it. I'll pay. You don't have to pay me. I'll give it all to charity. All of it.
Yep.
You just have to promise that I'm not going to get taken to jail for murder. Because this dude is okay. Let's just.
I
That'd be
swear,
an easy.
Probably like if you guys.
It looked like the last one was a
the last
good
one was the only one, huh? That's what I was gonna
But
say.
I mean, he was swinging on you a couple times. I don't know what was.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he swung on you
He's
7
like-
times. Like,
It's
but
like,
once,
I
you know.
mean, he was whooping your ass, but I mean, yeah, I mean,
So,
Sons
and I
and
was,
Four. If he didn't whoop your ass so bad, then why'd you run away after?
so then that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
he
already-
ran away with his
That's
head,
why I got pissed.
his
I
head
was like,
tucked
oh,
in his
fuck.
tail, literally, like between his tail. If he
Yo,
had
this
one.
dude looks like Austin Rivers. Is this Austin Rivers?
It could be. Google, get the picture of Austin.
My
Rivers,
dad's
put it
a
on side
coach,
by side.
bro.
The side by side, the
Hold on, let me get
mixtape,
a picture. Austin,
the mixtape,
Rivers.
Mr. Mixtape, bro.
coach. Let me on your
Yo.
team, bro.
kind of does look like Austin Rivers.
The Mexican version of
That's
Austin
what people
Rivers,
like.
dude.
Yeah, so that's why I put
Disrespecting
my
each
shit in
other,
there, and then you know what I'm saying? And then obviously everyone's seen that part.
Yeah.
But
Oh, where was the part where you got shots in?
They
No, he did
clipped
not
that
demolish
one.
me.
Yeah. Okay,
He did not demolish
then
me. This
obviously-
man.
Man, we did get you jumping up and then running behind security up the stairs.
Yeah.
But then you had
And he-
on Snapchat with,
Oh,
with
yeah.
your homeboy, and you guys was kind of talking reckless as well.
Oh,
you wanna
man.
Explain that part a little bit.
You wanna explain that part?
I like.
You don't remember.
I'm sick of it.
Classic.
Going into
Classic.
it. I mean, I seen
The
it.
higher this man gets,
I
the more he
yeah,
speaks
I'm
stupid,
still,
and it's
you know what I'm saying?
incredible
It's
to
ready for a
witness.
rematch.
I mean, I don't even remember, man. But you remembered all the other shit? Okay.
Never-
Rematch.
Look,
so
bro.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So,
Whoa, rematch.
who wants to? I mean,
I mean,
Wait, talking about rematch? Hold on.
he
Hold
lives
on.
in
Let me
Nevada,
listen.
apparently, or like in the Denver area. Dude
Does he?
From Barstool runs his own show. What's it called? Rowdy, Rough and Rowdy. So it's like a little boxing thing.
Oh, he
No
knew.
We'd
way.
love to reach out to them and try to get something set up. To where
Let's
you guys
go.
can do maybe like a
I'd
boxing
fucking
match
watch
where
that.
it's
Let's
clean,
go.
There's no jewelry involved or anything
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
No jewelry,
You know
no
what I mean? Everybody's
scratching.
on equal ground, and we can get something started.
You
If
had
you're
the
open to
high
something
ground,
like that,
fool,
if
and you
what's his
sucker
name?
punched
Nick?
him, dog.
Mr. Nick McAllister.
It's not McAllister, it's McKellar, you bitch.
McAllister, what is this? The Home Alone?
Home Alone. Kevin McAllister's a kick
He's
brother.
just sitting there stoned as shit, man.
Also, do you feel
No one-
like
he
there's
ain't
any-
gonna
Why would
fight
you
you,
do?
dog.
Why would you do that?
You owe the city an apology or anything like that for
What?
Because Jokic just got the MVP, and I feel like this video kind of overshadowed his whole MVP.
What?
No, Jokic getting
You know what I'm
ejected.
saying?
and
Bro,
playing like a
what?
bum.
Out there
This
in
is
the
great.
21
He
game.
really thinks he's that
I didn't want
important.
to-
God, nigga.
Wow.
I'm done. I'm sick of it.
I've heard it all now, dude.
I had your, you know what I'm saying? This
So
was
you
talking-
feel like the city owes you an apology? Almost.
No.
This motherfucker.
Hey, everyone
Whoa.
hating though.
So enough
No,
of all the
I'm
hate.
saying-
And then then let's get right into
Wow.
it. You got the big fucking.
Hey, what about Booker making the Olympic team? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, fuck that guy. That's dope.
Yeah,
I
it's
told
gonna
you
be
guys.
rough.
I told you
Congratulations
guys
to
wouldn't be
Buck.
able to finish it.
Yes.
I told you.
No,
You're like,
fuck,
nah, I
that's
want
too
this.
much.
I want this smoke.
Too much.
No,
too
now
much.
I want Sons and Four versus Major L. I just need it to happen. I need
Sons
a
and
boxing
Four
match.
dudes getting so much money, and he ain't gonna fuck with that guy no more.
He gonna just he give him one more round.
I would pay to see it though. But yeah,
Give him one more round.
Booker making the U.S. team, man. Legitimately, if shit flies right, he could get an NBA championship and a fucking gold medal within a couple of months. You know?
And he can give Jokic that work one more time.
Oh,
Coach,
run
you
it.
gotta, Coach,
Run
you
it.
got to head out. Nick, you got to head out.
Yeah, I gotta head out.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right,
All right.
man. Appreciate you
All right,
guys.
y'all.
Yeah.
When are y'all starting the stream tomorrow?
We're gonna go on like 15 minutes before the game, or 10 minutes before the game.
What
Word.
time's it starts? 12:30 my time.
12:30 your time.
12:30
2:30
local
my
time.
time.
We always go off of Phoenix time on this podcast.
Well, it's my
Yeah.
time. 2:30. I'm just
Phoenix
telling myself to
time,
remind
the
myself.
Lord's time.
I will.
Oh, shit.
I will be second quarter as always. So
Well, I mean, we could probably work around that. Now, I mean, that was for the Lakers.
no, it was also for the Nuggets, and we swept the
Nah,
Nuggets.
we
So
gotta-
guess what?
Yeah,
Second
keep it
quarter
going.
this time
You're
around.
gonna wear your jersey. I'm gonna wear my jersey.
Going.
Oh yeah,
I
got my
am a
jersey.
superstitious kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? So
That's fair. That's fair.
Because it is Father's Day tomorrow, I'm actually gonna watch the first maybe half with my son, and I'm
Nice.
going to enjoy the shit out of that. And he's almost 3, so
happy,
I want.
happy Father's Day to the three of you. Actually,
Hey, happy
Yeah.
Father's Day to all you guys too.
Appreciate it.
So no, I'm gonna watch that till whenever his nap time is. His nap time is usually around 2, so it's a half hour into it. But we'll see how it goes, and then I'll jump
all right,
on.
all right, man. Well, I mean, anything else, Salt? Do we need to do anything else? I mean,
nah, I think
Yeah, so- go ahead.
I just Booker playing in the Olympics, and then if they make a deep run, which they are. If things don't work out, it might be detrimental to. I'm just saying, like the team in general, but we'll see what happens. We'll see.
We'll have to talk about that before the game tomorrow, man.
Mhm.
That's something we should probably get into.
yes,
All right, folks. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight. We will be back
Hey,
in less
hey,
than 12 hours. What's up?
Real quick, go around the horn real quick. Who's the one guy that's going to step up and have a big game for us to win game 1? I'm gonna go with Jay Crowder. I think he goes for like 8 for 9 from 3 or something salty like that.
Devin Booker goes for 40.
No, X Factor, not Book. Book's going for 40. We all know that. He's going for 40.
DeAndre Ayton for me then.
X Factor. Nick?
20 plus.
I'm gonna go on a limb. Cam Johnson.
Ooh.
Oh,
I would love that.
limb. That is a limb.
Gabe Vaughn?
Campaign.
And
And I feel confident.
Why not both? Why not Cam on Cam crime, baby?
That would be amazing. But yeah, man, we'll be back in literally just over 12 hours. We're gonna get some sleep. You guys get some sleep. Try as we get ready for the Western Conference Finals. Let me say that one more time. Western Conference Finals. I never thought we'd say that.
Let's go.
I never thought we'd say that.
Destiny,
man.
baby.
We will see you guys tomorrow.
Go Suns.
Let's get ready to rumble. Booker, this is for the win.
The champ is here.
Cam Johnson cutting.
The champ is here.
Lead pass of a hand to the board.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
22.5. Book on the crossover. Gets inside and hammers it down.
Clock ticking. Kaminsky, Crowder to tie. Oh no! Paul against Randall. Crossover.